Hey guys, my name is Theo, as you probably know, and this is
Nathan Salt.
yeah. He will put his handles on the bottom. You can follow him, stalk him, whatever you want to do. That's not my business. But anyway, basically we're here to just talk about our experience. Where third years we basically finished last week.
Last week, yeah.
Last week, yeah. It feels like eternity, but it's been a hell of a journey. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's been roller coaster. Yeah, that's the best way to describe university, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories going around roller coaster at the moment, but I do assure you, ours didn't break down. But anyway, so basically, we come to the end, and just kind of wanted to talk about and round up how to kind of make the best of your experience here. And yeah,
my best tip would be to network yourself effectively. So you really want to meet people in any industry, but journalism as well. You really want to meet people that do the jobs you want to do. And I've learned a lot from speaking to people at BBC, ITV, Sky, and just being in their company. I've found that really useful in how I've honed my skills, I think.
Yeah, would you say you kind of started this as soon as you came to university, or did you try and find your feet first and then say, right, I'm going to go out there and do this?
I mean, there's no right way or wrong way to do it. I did it straight away really from when I came in. I was sort of doing it before I started university, but with things like LinkedIn and apps like that, you can really start to branch out before you arrive in a new place. So I'm soon moving to London, and I'm already starting to speak to people that are down there and get a feel for the job that I'm now going to go on to do. So when I moved to Salford for university, that's what I was trying to do, trying to connect with people, like-minded individuals my age and sort of industry people, to just broaden my horizons and speak to people like-minded.
Okay, so would you say to someone who's obviously not come to university yet, should they be worried, or should they kind of just come with an open mind?
I mean, I'd come with an open mind. There's definitely no need to be worried. What I've learned from speaking to these people is that everyone's had a different path into journalism. Some people are trained journalists, some people have just been in the right place at the right time and have met the right people. So I really wouldn't worry if you feel like you're not as well connected as you think you should be, or you're not in a big city where a lot of news is breaking, because your time will always come. You've got to remember, at our age group we're still very, very young, and we've got a lot of room to grow. So just be open-minded, say yes to all the opportunities you get given, and just try and be as flexible in terms of stories and genres as you can be, because that'll make you an all-round better journalist.
Great. Now obviously a lot of people like ourselves are kind of in that position where they're looking for jobs. What would you say in terms of the companies which you should be going for?
Go for companies that you know really well, because I found that when I go for interviews, they always ask you about the publications you read, whether it's online or in print, or if broadcaster you watch the programme. And I think if you do watch the programme and read the publications, you're more likely to succeed in that business, because you clearly know about their ethos, what they're about, and you engage with their content. So in television, watch the television shows you like, and if you're in print, read those papers and magazines, because you're always going to do better at places. And I would target those places when you're going for jobs. Make sure you know the people you go for inside out, because they can weed out people that don't know. I think we both 100%. Know that, where we're going on to, we've clearly both know their USP and what they're all about already.
Definitely. In journalism, you can specialise in different things, whether it be television, online, radio, even print, whatever. Would you say someone should stick to one thing the whole time, or kind of branch out? Because I know you don't like TV screens. I'm very fortunate to get this guy here, but I know you don't want to be on camera. But what would you say to someone who just wants to stick to one thing? Should they spread their wings, or just stick to one
thing?
No,
100% spread your wings, because I mean I've been fortunate enough to do work on BBC 5 Live, been a guest on Phil Williams' show. I've even appeared on Victoria Derbyshire in front of the camera, first time, big audience. And I've obviously done a lot of stuff for print and online, which is more what I like to do. But I think you appreciate what you want to do more if you branch out and do other things, because then you understand those mediums. And journalism isn't blocked into those four categories now. I'd say it is multimedia, and that's the course I'm on, a multimedia course. And if you've got the skills to do radio, to do television, because if you look at Facebook Live now, that's essentially mobile broadcasting of television. So employers are more and more wanting these people that have got all the assets in their skill set. So definitely branch out. I think if you do limit yourself to one avenue, it's just making it harder when you get to the job application stage, when everyone's got all these variety of skills.
Definitely, yeah. Now in terms of like portfolio, you should be looking to kind of have a range of things which you can say, right, even when this breaking news story, I did it online. Or if you're more comfortable online, or maybe I did it for television, and kind of expand my skills.
100%, yeah, because you can, you know, an online piece now, the way I treat online pieces is, what multimedia elements have I got in it? Have I got audio in there? Have I got an audio interview? Have I spoken to someone on video? So that's a short snippet of TV. Have I, you know, got all these different elements in there? So it goes beyond just the written word now, which was what I came in thinking I was going to do.
Yeah.
And even though I'm going on to work in an online job, it's going to involve a lot of multimedia and engagement online. So having that knowledge and that wealth of experience that I've had on broadcast and multimedia, it's only going to benefit me and others that follow suit in the long term.
Definitely. Now obviously you're going to your new journey. How excited are you?
Yeah, I'm very excited. It was sort of the job, like I said before, that I really pinpointed I wanted. It's a prestigious trainee scheme based in Kensington, London.
Posh.
Yeah, very posh.
Going to be drinking tea every lunchtime.
So I'm very excited and just excited to get started now. I get to go on a placement, and I'm really going to get stuck in. When I went down there, I spoke to people that were also on the scheme this year, and they've just grown so much as a reporter, and I think 3 years here has helped me massively, the staff and other students you work with. But that's just the next step now, and I'm just so pleased it's all in place, and I'm ready to start in September. Yeah. In a media-based role, I would probably say a guy called Paul Hayward, who he always wins Chief Sports Writer of the Year and things like that, and he battled cancer, and as he battled through that illness, he was always producing top quality content, and it's people like that that show, you know, talent is such an amazing thing, and if you can harness that, no matter what obstacles you face, you can really do well. So 5 days where I'm, you know, struggling for motivation, or I can just think of, you know, his work and look at his work and read his story, which I've got saved onto Twitter, and yeah, that just gives me a real strength to really push, and really I want to sort of reach that level. So that's always a good inspiration. Martin Samuel's another at the Daily Mail. He's one of the flagship sports writers. There's loads really. I mean, I read a lot of sports writing, and that's another thing as well. I think read the work of competitors. So watch alternative broadcasters, or you know, listen to alternative radio broadcasts, because you just become more self-aware then about what works and what doesn't.
Exactly,
and you know, how do they do that and why did they do that? For me, in the writing sense, I look at how they've structured and everything like that, and that's sort of subtly learning every time you read a new piece. So yeah, but yeah, to answer your question, I'd say Paul Hayward or Martin Samuel are 2 big names for me.
Great. So obviously, as we can see here, if you want to be working at self-publication or even print, radio, whatever, you definitely need to know your industry. One, that's very important. You need to know what the unique selling point is, because a lot of papers have different angles that they take things with, whether it's left or right wing, whatever. You don't want to go in there on the first day and be like, oh my gosh guys, I have this brilliant idea. Obviously when you go to work experience you need ideas, otherwise they'll be like, why are you here? You're just ball watching or window shopping or whatever. But yeah, you definitely need to know what they produce. Ultimately this could lead you into a position that you're like, wow, this is amazing, all because you've got good ideas and obviously have honed your skill and tried to be like these guys. Obviously not copy, you've got to be unique.
You've got to make an impression on work experience as well. Like, I went down to work experience at the Mail Online in November, and I applied for the trainee scheme in the January, and it was clear when I went back to my interview in the February that they remembered me from my placement, and that's crucial. I've learned, I've had some bad placements, and where I have window shopped and I have just sort of sat there and really not made the most of it. But I've had other placements where I really have seized the opportunity and left an impression. So you learn from each experience. Don't feel too down. I felt, you know, disappointed in myself if it's not gone well, and you can feel delighted if it really does go well. But ultimately, it went well for me at the right time. So use all your experience, all your knowledge, all the stuff you've gathered, and just use that effectively, harness it and translate it into the publication you want, or really make it count when you need to.
Definitely. That's it from us. As I said before at the beginning, you can catch Nathan at the details below, and hopefully you'll manage to get your dream job as well one day, and make the most of. Journalism is amazing. We get to meet new people, find new stories, breaking stories, meet incredible people, good stories to tell, and I think that can make a difference in someone else's life that can't actually get to that position, but definitely.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Great. Share the video, subscribe, and show it to your mum too.